Hey, what's up everybody? Dan here with Total Shape, and I want to make a really short video about a topic that I get a lot of questions on, and it's how can I naturally increase my HGH levels? And when you Google this question online, you're going to get a lot of different answers, including supplementation. Some people even buy, the actual hormones and inject themselves. That's not the route that I would go at all. If you go that route, no ethical judgment here, but if you go the route of injecting yourself with hormones, especially HGH, you run the risk of actually damaging your bone structure, and your bone density can take a hit. And bone density is not something you can easily recover from, so you really have to count the cost before making these kind of decisions. However, if you do want to naturally increase your HGH levels, and if you're watching this video, then you know the benefit of increasing your HGH levels anyway, so I'm not going to get into that in this video, but just the how-to, not the why you should. But the how-to, two simple ways. One is pretty much easy for anybody, but the other one's really not for the faint of heart. So I'll get to that one last, so stick with me to the end of the video. But the first one I'll mention is sprinting. So really any kind of high intensity interval training, whether it's burpees or like a CrossFit class, I have my own mixed feelings about CrossFit, my friends. I'm not going to endorse it too much, but CrossFit, for what it does, it is a very popular form of fitness, but what it does, it really pushes you to max out. It's high intensity. It's not bodybuilding where you're going slow reps with a minuscule cadence. No, you're going pretty much all the way 90% or to 100, like you're maxing out your effort, right? You're going, in fact, in CrossFit, they have these workouts called AMRAPs, right? A-M-R-A-P, but it's basically as many reps as possible. So it's like you go until you cannot go no more. That's basically describing any kind of high intensity interval training, HIIT. But the reason why sprinting is what I'm talking about in this video is because that's where most of the research is based on. So when you sprint, even just doing like a 20-minute sprint session where you're sprinting for 20 seconds, maxed out as fast as you can. I recommend doing it up a hill, guys, just saying. But even if it's on flat ground, you sprint out as fast as you can, or almost as fast as you can, for 20 seconds, then rest for 40, then 20 seconds, and rest for 40. That rest could be walking, or it could just be like jogging, either way, but it's just taking a break from the all-out sprint. And you do that on-off cycle for 20 minutes, you are going to jack up your HGH levels for hours afterwards, even up to 12 hours. Now, about what percentage it varies, but somewhere around 400% is what the literature that I've seen. And that's a pretty amazing increase that you get for something that costs you absolutely nothing in the way of money, just effort. Now, the other thing you can do to naturally increase your HGH levels over 1,000%, sometimes up to 1,200%, is fasting. Now, fasting is a form of what they call hormesis, which is self-inflicted. Hormesis is a scientific term for self-inflicted stress on the body to gain health benefits. Cold exposure, for example, taking like an ice bath, that is an example of hormesis, or any kind of cold exposure, really. But when you fast, okay, strict water fast, so we're talking like no caloric intake at all, just water and lemon and maybe like black coffee. By day 4 or 5, if you're really doing a strict fast, most people can reach up to 1,200% increases in their HGH levels. First of all, not everybody can. I'm not judging you if you can't handle that just off of willpower. Most people can't handle that kind of fast, and most people probably shouldn't. If you're diabetic, you shouldn't be fasting for 5 days straight that strictly, right? But if you don't have any pre-existing medical conditions, talk to your doctor. I'm not a doctor, I don't pretend to be one, but if you don't have any pre-existing conditions and you've gotten the okay from your doctor and you can handle fasting 4 to 5 days, you will see a dramatic increase in your HGH levels. And me personally, I have done fasts exceeding 4 days many times in my life, and one of the incredible benefits that I feel is massively increased natural energy, and my skin clears up. I don't struggle too much from acne, but whatever blemishes I have, just they go away, man. HGH is just that fountain of youth powerhouse. And again, 1,000% or more is what you're looking at potentially gaining as far as an increase in your HGH levels just by fasting. Again, zero cost in the way of money, definitely a lot of cost in the way of discipline and effort though. That's all I have for you in this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Any questions or comments, drop them down below, and I'll see you in the next one.